The Be Pampered cleanser, we want to make sure that it's all very nice and clean so it grabs the tint. So today we're going to use colors 4 and 5 mixed together because I want a little bit of warmth in there, but I don't want it to be too dark, like black, like number 6. So you just want to apply it to the natural brow shape. You can give it a little extra arch if you want, but I don't recommend going too far off the natural color, natural brow. So once you basically have it all over the brow, you want to clean it up with a damp Q-tip, just to get some nice clean lines in there. You can basically use any kind of brow shaping technique that you know of. I personally like to follow the natural brow line because we're just enhancing the natural beauty. So once you've cleaned up the shape on both sides, you can go back over with the henna and just kind of fill in all the little bald spots. Make sure we get an even coverage. Now I recommend setting the timer for 5 minutes and then taking off the head of the brow and seeing where we're at, because we want the head of the brow to be lighter than the tail anyways. So we're going to take it off first. So once your 5 minutes is up, you want to just remove, I'd say about 1/2 centimeter from the middle of the brow. This way you can check to see how dark it is. If we want to go darker, we can leave it on a little bit longer. Just make sure you keep it nice and clean because wherever it sits, it's going to stain. So I think we're going to want to keep it on a little bit longer. So I'm going to set the timer for another 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. So we're just going to take a little bit more off just to see what color we got under there. Okay, so I like the color, but I want the tails to be really dark. So I'm going to leave this on for another 5 minutes. Also, a trick you can do is re-wet the Q-tip and re-wet the henna, because once it starts drying, it's going to stop activating. Okay, so now we're ready to remove the rest of the eyebrow. So give it a little brush. And then we're ready to clean it up with a wax. So you can wax or tweeze. But I find waxing just gives it a nice crisp line. So finally, just give it a little clean with an antiseptic. And you're done.
How long will it last?
So it'll last about 10 to 14 days on the skin. And then about 6 to 8 weeks on the hair. So it actually, henna is really good for your hair. It coats the hair. So it's really good for eyebrow growth. Whereas a traditional tint would last about 4 weeks on the hair, and it actually dehydrates the hair. So this is actually really good for eyebrow growth.
Awesome.